Hi, it's Deirdre Vervo with Let's Talk Seniors, Memory Care Issues, Alzheimer's, Dementia, and Parkinson. I'm your host today and also the founder of Just Like Home, where we have 2 memory care homes in Shelton for just 6 seniors each, 2 caregivers around the clock, and beautiful, beautiful places. So do come and see them. Today we are going to be talking to Stephen Roth, and I just met him last week, and he has a revolutionary product that he is working with that treats wounds 400% faster than any other wound care treatment. So if you're suffering from a long-term wound, something over a month long, you're going to want to talk to Stephen, and you're going to want to get this treatment. The best part is, not only is it quick, painless, it's 100% covered by Medicare. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on Stephen. And Stephen, I'm just going to give a little bit about your background, because you're working with Evobiologix right now, but you are a trained chef, French trained chef, and who still loves to cook for his family. And I know you've been driven by commitment and working excellence, and this is what brought you to Evobiologix, right? Evobiologix. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your background, what Evobiologix does, and why you're so passionate about this product?
Sure, of course. And good morning, Deirdre. It's so good to be here today. I spent 30 plus years in the hospitality business as a trained chef. I've cooked all over the country. I came to Evobiologix about 6 months ago. I was recruited into the company by someone who I helped in their career a long time ago. And they reached out to me and they said, hey, there's something going on here. This is a great, great new treatment for people. It's making a big difference in everyone's lives. And if you really want to try something different, something perhaps with a different level of meaning in your life, we'd love to have you come take a look at this. So we had a lot of conversations about it. And, it occurred to me after many, many years of working in hospitality, I took care of people when they were on vacation, when they were out celebrating, they were at the top of their game, right? And enriching their experiences that way. This really spoke to me because it was a chance for me to take care of people in a very different way, to help them heal, to help return them to a higher quality of life, right? This is an opportunity for me to introduce to people a treatment that hasn't been available for. This is newer in the market, and not a lot of people know about it. So it's a really great opportunity. It just feels so good to be doing this. I had an uncle, on a personal note, I had an uncle who 5 years ago had a quadruple bypass surgery, and his chest wound would not heal. He had to have a wound vacuum for over a year. And had this been available to him, it would have given him a year of his life back. So I'm working hard to see that doesn't happen to anybody else.
Well, I do appreciate that. I actually had a surgery a few years ago, and I had a wound that didn't heal for almost a year as well. And they just kept telling me to eat more protein. And I'm like, I'm eating protein 24 hours a day. I don't know how much more protein I can eat. This is not going away with whatever treatment they gave. So I would have been happy to have known you. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Evobiologix as the company and how they came up with this and what this actually does and why it's so different?
Sure. At Evobiologix, we specialize in outreach, right? We're patient care coordinators. Our job and our goal is to bring caregivers and people who have chronic wounds and doctors together for the healing process to get people back to a higher quality of life. And so what we do at Evobiologix is we work with different manufacturers for these wound patches. We call them an allograft, just a technical term, but basically it's a wound patch. They come in various sizes, but just think of something like a Post-it note. And what happens is when the doctor assesses a wound that's available for treatment, he'll come in or she'll come in with these patches, and it goes very simply. They come in, they'll look at your wound, they clean it, they put the patch on. It's painless, it's topical. There's nothing invasive about it. They treat it with a little bit of salt water, like a saline solution, and then it's bandaged back up. And then, it's anywhere from 3 to 10 treatments at once a week. And we see phenomenal recovery rates. Medicare says that this is the way to treat chronic wounds. And we're just trying to make everyone know that this is available to them now.
So what kind of wounds are chronic? Like, let's say you have diabetes. What is common if you're diabetic and a wound that will take longer than a month to treat? Because after a month, if it's not working, then we can go to this patch, right? This wound care treatment. What kind of issues do diabetics face?
Excellent question, Deirdre, and a wonderful point, right? The important thing to note is it has to be a wound that hasn't healed over a month. So diabetics typically suffer from a lot of foot ulcers. So we will treat foot ulcers and pressure ulcers, and everything in between, right? We treat cellulitis, crotchic wounds, burn wounds, tunneling wounds, cuts, just basically any opening in the skin that's just being stubborn and it's not responded to typical bandages or stitches or staples or those painful things that come in. That's where we step in and we can help.
So do elderly people have more of a propensity towards their wound not healing quickly?
They do. And it's an unfortunate side effect of the aging process, right? Our skin tends to not repair itself as readily. And also, sometimes the unfortunate thing is if we're not as mobile or we can't be as mobile because of something else that's going on in our lives, wounds tend to hang around a little bit longer than they should.
So this is ideal for people like in nursing homes. If you have family members in nursing homes and they get bed sores because they're not being turned properly. And I've seen it, and I've seen people with bed sores that go on for months and months, and they're painful. They're usually like on their coccyx bone or, their back, and they're frail and they're thin, and it's just, it looks so painful and horrible. So this is like ideal for people in nursing homes that just aren't getting the treatment they should be getting and just have to be suffering all the time. So if you have a family member situation, what do they do? Like, why isn't the doctor automatically using this if it's 400 times faster than traditional wound care? And if you have a 95 success rate, why aren't they using it automatically? And what do we have to do to get them to know about it?
So this is where we step in, right? This is what we're doing today. You're helping me get the word out, right? That's what's important. It's such a new treatment. Most people just are not aware of it. Doctors are not aware of it. People don't know that this regenerative medicine treatment is available to them. So we're out there helping get the word. And so what's amazing about what we do at Evobiologix is we make it simple. You can either call me or email me, and then we do all the legwork. We don't need a referral from the current physician or the current caregiver. The assisted living facility, the nursing facility doesn't have to write orders for us to come in. Medicare allows us to work directly with patients. So that could be a loved one, a nurse's aide, the power of attorney. Anyone involved with the patient can call us and ask us to come in and take a look. We work alongside the person's current care. We work with the current care path that a patient is on. We don't supplant anything. We don't take the place of anything. We're just like an additional resource, and we just focus on the wound treatment.
So let's say somebody, is like, oh, my mom has been in a nursing home and I can't stand those bed sores, those open wounds she's had for so long. I'm going to call Stephen and see, they call you. And then you go to the nursing home or you call their doctor? What actually happens?
So a lot of times I will go and I will visit with somebody. I'll go with a family member and we'll visit and we'll see what's going on. The first step is for us to get the patient pre-approved through Medicare. We want to make sure that's all taken care of and that's all done. We don't want to ever see a bill pop up. We want to make sure we dot our I's and cross our T's. It's a very fast process. It takes about 24 hours to find out that Medicare is going to cover us, right? Because again, the facility's not going to get a bill, the patient's not going to get a bill. This is 100% covered by Medicare.
That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing. We handle all the paperwork, right? We want to make sure this is easy. Our goal is to make things as easy as possible in the care of this wound treatment. So once that happens, then I'll schedule one of our doctors to come in and perform an assessment. The assessment goes as should, and the treatments can be begun right away. And then sometime between 3 and 10 weeks later, we'll see a 95% or better wound heal recovery rate.
So what if they forget, like they've heard of this, they've seen the show, or they've seen you other places, at fairs, getting the word out, and they go directly to their doctor? Does their doctor then call you, or how does that work?
Yeah, their doctors can call me. We take referrals from doctors all the time, and my number's posted down there. Hopefully people will write it down. You can also go to Steven@evobiologix.com and email me anytime. And, I go wherever I have to go in the state of Connecticut. The state of Connecticut is my territory. I will go anywhere to help somebody. I'm always going to try to be supportive. If I can't help you, I can find someone who can. And yeah.
I'll put that up there just so we have it there. That's great.
And it's Steven with a PH, yes.
Of course, you spelled the right way. Okay. That is awesome. So you have personally witnessed like the healing and recovery of people that have had long-term ulcers or wounds?
Yeah, I've seen the cases through my colleagues out on the West Coast and others in the area. I'm the first person in Connecticut doing this, and it is amazing when you see someone get up and put pressure back down on their foot again for the first time in 6 months, and they're like, they're walking around like that is the moment, right? Like you're like oh, you helped that. You were the person that brought the people together that needed to make that happen for someone, and that is just such an enriching feeling.
So what is this called?
So
what if somebody asking for it by name? So if they, say wound treatment, what is the actual name of the patch or treatment?
The simple thing is it's an allograft, right? The technical term is a placental amniotic allograft, but basically we're allografts. There's many different kinds out there. Ours are all natural. They're FDA registered. We have to do that. They're completely ethically sourced, and they're free of. They're antiseptic.
But do they have to say? Do they have to say Evobiologix? Is that the name of your wound treatment?
That's the name of our company. That's not the name. There's many different manufacturers out there in the allograft category. We source some of the best ones.
So what do they ask for? So if they're going in and they kind of remember you, but don't remember your phone number, the name, and they're going to their doctor and they're like, I want a wound treatment. I saw it's like it works.
They're going to want a natural allograft. Yeah, they're going to want a natural allograft treatment.
Natural allograft treatment. So if they say that,
yes,
then they call you.
Doctors should know. They'll call me, right?
So if they just say I want a natural wound patch treatment, does that work too? Is that what an allograft is?
We will absolutely understand and sound because that's what we deal in.
Okay. I'm just trying to make it easy for somebody that if they forget Evobiologix, if they forget your phone number, what are they asking their doctor for? In a wound patch.
They say, I've heard about this new treatment, right? They say, I've heard about this new treatment. There's like a stem cell treatment out there. It's a patch that goes over wounds, that heals things. That will get us there. That, in the medical field, there is a good understanding about what this is. Yes.
So right now, what are they doing to treat wounds if they don't use yours? Like, what are they doing that's ineffective?
There are several other artificial treatments out there, like artificial skins that are made from various different sources. They're marginally effective. And then there's the traditional wound care treatment of closing wounds with staples and stitches, and it's painful, and they're using glues and bandages. and they're asking people to eat tons and tons of protein, hoping the body's going to take care of it on its own. In some cases, it's unfortunate that just doesn't work. It's just not good enough. So this technology has come along at the right time to offer something that's just far superior and far better in chronic wound treatment.
Well, it sounds ideal because I have seen in seniors the bed sores and they're just brutal. So, and seniors are suffering, especially if they're in nursing homes or have memory care issues and can't really speak up for themselves to say, like, this really hurts me. So this will be just amazing and helping them and their lives feel better. And like you say, my dad was diabetic and he was always worried about his feet and, had neuropathy and all. And it was like a huge thing if he got a scratch on his foot, so you got to be so careful with certain diseases and just when you get older. So I just applaud Evobiologix and what you're doing. And it's such a big change for you to go from chefdom to helping people in this way. And I could just see that you have such a passion for it and you really believe in it and you really want to help people. So I applaud that, Stephen. And thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you so much.
Stephen Roth.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah, Evobiologix. We met happenstance the other day. 203-450-8729, 203-450-8729, or just Stephen@evobiologix.com. So find him anywhere and everywhere. He's all over Connecticut helping and meeting with doctors and patients and just regular folk to get the word out. You'll see him at healthcare fairs and all the like. So Stephen, thank you so much for coming on today. And I really wish you good luck. And I could tell that you really believe in this. And I wish I had this when I had a surgical wound. I'm not on Medicare yet. Oh, that's another question. What if you're not on Medicare? Can you get this?
Right now, insurance companies are not carrying for it. So you can pay for it directly. But right now we work with Medicare. It's a Medicare benefit.
Okay.
So 65 and older on Medicare, or 55 and older with Medicare if you're on disability.
Okay. So if you're just not on either and you want it,
right,
you can get it and you just pay for it.
Yeah.
Which, believe me, if you have a wound that's going on for like 8 or 9 months, no matter what, you want to get rid of it.
You want to get it taken care of.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate that some of the regular insurance companies haven't adopted this yet, but it's coming. It's going to come to market sooner or later.
All right, but I guess that because the seniors have a higher need for it because their wounds take so long to heal and are so painful that it's good that it's available for seniors on Medicare. But so if you are not on Medicare, ask for it anyway and just call up Steve and see what the cost is.
Right. And I think the reason why Medicare is so supportive of this is this keeps people out of hospitals, right? We treat all levels of wounds, and by treating a wound and taking care of it before it gets truly, truly out of hand, this keeps people out of hospitals. And, we all understand when you're older and you go to hospitals, it's not good, right? We want to keep people out of hospitals. That's what we're trying to do here. And so Medicare understands that this is a good way to do that.
I had a woman who is about 90 come to my senior home, but she couldn't get in yet because she had a wound that was being treated at the hospital. And the wound was being treated for months and she still had an open wound. So they were waiting to come into our senior memory care home, but she needed this treatment that was going on. So she was, like you say, in the hospital where Medicare was paying a fortune, I'm sure, just to treat the wound that was forever. And so here she is, like locked up in a hospital just for wound care treatment. That's how bad it was. It was so painful that she could have been out in a month with your treatment.
Right.
So I see the benefit. That's a beautiful thing. So Medicare is looking at it, even though it's an expensive treatment, it's saving the money in the long run.
Correct.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Kind of like a win-win. Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta figure out what the motivation is there. But even if you're not on Medicare, call Stephen and he will tell you how to get the product. Thank you so much, Stephen. I really appreciate it. Bye, and hopefully we'll see you again. And I'll welcome you back to my homes, and I'll give you a call if anybody has an issue. So hopefully we meet again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Stephen. Well, that's Stephen Roth of Evobiologix. If you'd like to get a hold of him, it's 203-450-8729. He is very passionate about what he's doing, and he is a Connecticut rep for the company, and he will really set you up and help you out. So thank you so much, Stephen. I really appreciate it. If anybody is in need of a new home for their loved one, their senior with memory care issues, please give me a call. I would love you to come check out our homes at Just Like Home in Shelton. We love our homes. We love our seniors. And I would love to see everybody there. Okay. Thank you so much. Till next time. Hi, Deirdre here again. Thank you for joining me on Let's Talk Seniors Memory Care Issues. Is this an issue hitting home? Do you have a parent or loved one with memory care issues who feels not safe at home anymore? Are isolation, falls, and safety issues becoming a big concern? Welcome to Dogwood Senior Home, premier boutique residential senior living specializing in memory care. It's country living at its best in the Huntington section of Shelton, Connecticut. Senior residential homes are concepts sweeping the nation with 47,000 across the U.S. We're pleased to open Dogwood Senior Home as it will be only number 6 for Connecticut. Brand new, sparkling clean, and safe. We are COVID-free. Residential care homes boast a very low COVID infection rate across the nation. This is due to the intimacy of size and speed in which the caretakers can shift to accommodate immediate needs. They are much safer than the large homes and facilities, as you can imagine. It has been documented that residents have less falls and a better quality of life in a residential home environment. Our home is more affordable than the big box facility. You pay one all-inclusive price, and that price is guaranteed for the life of the resident. With an incredible 1-to-3 caregiver ratio, which you won't find anywhere else. Our friendly, loving caregivers are dedicated and trained in Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson issues. Call me at 203-689-7562 for a talk and tour. I would love to meet you and your loved one. See you soon. Bye.